All right, typically, backup quarterback announcements are kind of like the footnote of NFL training camps. Typically, you don't get a bunch of hype and fanfare around a QB2 announcement because typically there is no such thing as a QB2 announcement. They don't make those announcements. Somehow, however, the Niners dropped the QB2 announcement, and it was the QB2 announcement heard around the world. And the Niners' backup quarterback is, wait for it, a little longer. Now, Alvy, a drum roll, please. Waiting. Thank you, Alvin. Per always, today would be great.
Dude.
The Niners' backup quarterback is Sam Darnold, who I like. I've always liked. Talented dude. SoCal guy. Grew up not far from here. And no, he has not lived up to his immense pre-draft hype coming out of college. I think we've seen his best football yet, and I still think that this guy can start and win in the NFL. Maybe not with the 49ers, but then again, I would imagine at some point this year, they're going to need this guy. However, I just think generally speaking, I still believe in Sam Darnold. I still think he can start in the NFL. I still think that he can win. However, that's not why the announcement was huge NFL news. The announcement was huge NFL news because the Niners QB2 is not Trey Lance. That's why that's news. Not that because it's Sam Darnold, but because it's not Lance, a.k.a. the dude that they traded 3 first-round picks for and mortgaged their future for and spent the number 3 overall pick on. And here's the kicker. Trey Lance might not even be QB3 right now, at least according to Tom Pelissero, who says that Brandon Allen is actually ahead of Lance right now, which means a guy who they gave up 3 first-rounders for and selected 3rd overall may actually be QB4, if such a thing even existed. And if he is QB4, then that means Trey Lance is the odd man out, which pretty much means Trey Lance just got cemented as one of the most catastrophic draft picks of all time. The dude the Niners bet it all on looks like his Niner career is over before it even really started. And now they're essentially shopping this guy around for a bag of footballs and a couple of kicking tees and maybe a net. I mean, how much could they possibly get for this guy anyway? How much could they possibly get for somebody that they believe is worse than Brandon Allen? No offense, BA. No offense, Brandon Allen, but you're Brandon Allen. And he's definitely not a former number 3 overall pick. They're one of the best franchises in the NFL, bet it all on. I mean, all that draft capital and the 3rd pick overall. And not only is this guy not your face of the franchise, not only is he not your starting quarterback, he's not even your backup. Whoever makes a decision like that, whoever pushes for a move like that, generally does not just lose their job, they lose their career. They end up selling insurance, or they end up working at Big Head's car and dog wash, especially given the Head's closeness and affinity for his surrogate dad, Rat Shanahan, and stepbrother Kyle. I mean, I got to be honest. Instead of talking about what an amazing story Brock Purdy is, why don't we take a moment and consider what an unmitigated disaster the Trey Lance transaction is? I mean, that is an all-time draft catastrophe. My man John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, I mean, these are 2 brilliant dudes. Both of them. Brilliant dudes. And they've got almost everything else right. But this, their biggest call so far, could not have been botched any worse. I don't know who was pushing for it. I know there was some dissension in the organization. I don't know who wanted it. I don't know who didn't want it. But Frisco fan, this is about to get Frisco fan. Hey, Frisco fan. I need to hear Mike to get the right tone. Hey, Frisco fan. This is about to go from painful to straight torture. So maybe cover up your ears for like the next 60 seconds, Frisco fan. Hey, check this out. For the rest of you, check out the 10 players selected following Trey Lance in the 2021 draft. Check this. Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Penei Sewell, J.C. Horn, Pat Surtain, Devontae Smith, Justin Fields, Micah Spicy Parsons, Rashawn Slater. As in, hit it again. 10 straight hits. 6 of those dudes have already made the Pro Bowl.
Not 2, not 3.
Not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, not 10. 10 straight hits. 6 of them have already made the Pro Bowl. At least 2 and maybe more already seem to be on track for a mustard jacket. That's one of the best runs of draft picks in the history of the draft. And it came immediately after the Niners made one of the worst picks in the history of the draft. It's mind-blowing. And as if that Lance pick was not painful enough, on face value, they could have had essentially a Pro Bowl level player at any other position instead. Plus, they would have gotten to keep their first round picks in the next 2 drafts. Whoops. And when you want to talk about draft capital out the door, let's not forget all the draft picks they gave up for Christian McCaffrey. Granted, he's worth it. I'm just saying they're without those picks too. So not only do they not have the other firsts, what they have is a QB, all right, maybe QB4 is harsh. QB 3.5, who frankly does not seem like he's improved at all since he turned pro, which is understandable because he really hasn't played much at all since 2019. So again, as brilliant and as successful as Lobster Jr. and John Lynch have been, it was awfully odd not to see either of them front and center talking about it to the media yesterday, but instead to have team leader Fred Warner out there try to deal with it. I mean, poor Fred got pushed right out in front of the bus, and he didn't actually have any information. So what the hell was he supposed to say? He's out there, and he's the one sent out to answer questions directly without having any idea what the hell is going on. I mean, what a legend. What a stud. What an incredible dude. Like, what the hell was he doing out there having to answer questions like that? You say, I don't know what's going on, honestly. I know I'm the guy. I know I'm a leader. I'll take one for the organization. The hell am I doing out here? I mean, what a bleep show. Bad luck. Why hang your all-pro linebacker out like that? How about somebody taking some accountability for blowing it? I mean, we praise the hell out of this awesome organization for pretty much everything else. And understandably so. It's an awesome organization and a damn good football team still yet, despite all that. But take the L on this one, guys. Take some ownership on this. Why is Fred out there having to explain it? He didn't make the call. He didn't draft that guy. He didn't give up all those picks to get that guy. He didn't make the decision to have Sam Darnold back up Brock Purdy. You blew it. You know it. We all know it. Time to own it. And good luck finding a trade partner for this guy. It's not like they haven't been trying to move this guy the entire offseason. And reportedly, they never even came close. I wonder why. Maybe it's because you made it pretty clear that the guy can't play, even though you bet it all on him for some reason. Man, as good as the Niners are and as good as they've been, imagine if they didn't do that. Imagine if they didn't blow that whole thing up. Imagine if they didn't blow that pick. Imagine if they didn't give up all that draft capital. And imagine how screwed they'd be if they didn't hit on a lotto ticket and turn Mr. Irrelevant into their QB1. Big Clock Brock is an amazing story. But again, haven't we talked enough about that? We have spent so much time talking about what a great story he is, and not nearly enough time talking about how horrific and disastrous that trade was. All right, maybe it was too soon. Maybe we had to wait for Trey Lance to come back from injury. Maybe we had to see him actually show up healthy. Well, we have. So now would be a pretty damn good time to talk about what an absolute abomination that was. One of the worst draft picks and draft pick trades ever, period. Full stop. At some point, fellas, there's going to have to be some accountability for that, and I don't mean from Fred Warner.
Honestly, not even sure what exactly is going on, so.
Man, I love that guy. I don't know. Why you asking me? And he didn't even say that. Like, he wasn't even put off. He was like, all right, I'll do it. It's part of the job. I'll get up here and deal with this. I'll take a few bullets. I have no information. I have no idea. I don't know.
I don't know much
Ask
about
away. I don't know. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here for it. Go ahead and ask me, although I know nothing. It's incredible that one of the worst draft day transactions did not wreck entire careers, much less the franchise itself, but it hasn't. It hasn't. But it doesn't make it any less of an abomination. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to be the first to know when we do upload a new video.